it's really kind of uncatchable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's only available for Tyreek.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, dang, and like that drive is great.
And I mean, Eli avoids the sack.
It's good, man. So he is clutch, and the Giants, the Giants, they really had. I mean, they really had. What was that? They had no choice of drafting, right? Because he didn't want to play in San Diego.
Yeah, he wanted to
so he had to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think with Barkley in the backfield, man, he's got another 3 years easy. If he wants,
Definitely.
he don't have to. But with Barkley back there, you get a lead, you gotta milk that clock, and the Giants' defense isn't bad. They're good, and then they have a tough coach. Dang it, who'd they get? Who's their coach now? Because they got rid of that.
Yeah, they got rid of McAdoo.
McAdoo. He didn't know what he was doing.
I think they hired a Tom Coughlin guy, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Was it somebody come up from Jacksonville?
Might have been. I can't remember exactly who the Giants hired, but they did get rid of Ben McAdoo.
Oh, Pat Shurmur.
Oh, Shurmur from the Vikings.
Oh, Vikings. Okay, so
From the
Shurmur.
Vikings.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pat Shurmur from the Vikings. He's a defensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, right? Tough guy.
So yeah, we'll see how they do. Now we've talked way too much about the Giants here on the show. I feel like. So.
Are you feeling kind of weird right now?
I am.
No, we're talking about Saquon. We're talking about your boy.
We're talking about Saquon Barkley. That's true. But he's a Giant, man. I don't know.
Well, you know what?
By the way, I'm still hot about his Madden rating.
I'd say this. Then if you don't really, if he's a Giant, do yourself a favor. If he's available to you in our fantasy league, just don't draft him. Did you see where he's ranking?
3?
7. I thought
7. Okay.
Like 7 overall.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah.
And I mean the league we're both in together. A lot of people keep first round guys.
I'm not. I'm going Barkley.
I'm not. I don't have a guy on my roster versus first round pick. That team was terrible for me last year. So
yeah, did you keep anybody?
I haven't looked at it.
I gotta take a look at my stuff. I just saw the email
stuff.
and I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, it's about that time.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I need to. Last year, I know you normally run a league, and then Kelly runs a league. It's funny. I'm not doing your league because I always get killed in the. For some reason, I always get killed in the other league. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do DraftKings, of course.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the league I usually do well in. I've won before, and then actually I think I have the first pick because I think I won the. No, I don't know if I won consolidation again this year. Anyways, I'll
you're dropping my league.
But I'm going big. Yeah, I'm dropping your league. It's too tough.
Because my league's too tough. It's too many good people.
You got all the good play. You got all the good guys. You got all the good guys. You won Kelly's league before, right?
I have won Kelly's league. I've been pretty competitive in that league. My league, I've been in the top.
Who won your league last year?
Last year, Joey won it. Our buddy Joey. I came in second. But we actually split the pot before the championship game, so...
Wow.
We just split it.
Is that no confidence in your team? Or is that just a business move?
It was a business move.
Yeah,
it was a business move.
Actually, I probably, unless I would have thought my team was way dominant, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I mean...
Because you never know. You'll never know.
Yeah.
Never know. So, fantasy football, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's coming up. I can't wait.
Show on it. And I got a guy, Ben.
Yep.
He just said something to me today. He wants to come on and do a DFS talk.
Ben is definitely places well in the DFS constantly.
So he does he does well enough, and I don't want to give out a specific dollar amount, but he does well enough that he has to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
And I think you have to hit at least $2,500 in earnings, or is it $1,500?
Something like that, yeah.
So around there, and then you have to pay taxes. So he's had to pay taxes, I think, the last 3 years.
So he
good,
knows his stuff.
Yeah, good NBA, and then pretty good NFL, and then pretty good golf. So NFL. So he'll come on and give us out some tips. And the cool thing is, on your DraftKings app, when gambling becomes legal in your state, while your GPS is on, you'll know where your phone's at. You can bet on DraftKings because DraftKings is going to add gambling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw that. So because I was talking to Ben about it, and Ben goes, "Yeah, I'll be doing parlays, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Hey, you be running up to like Harrah's or whatever," and he was like, "Nah, man." He's like, "When it becomes legal in your area, DraftKings is putting it on their app."
But between you and me,
I'm still going to do that.
I cannot wait until the day that we can run up to Harris, North Kansas City, and walk into a sports book and say, I want to put $50 on the Cowboys +3 against the Redskins.
I'll do that. I mean, the cool thing is,
or whatever, and then sit there and watch the game and have some cold pops and.
Well, the thing is, like, to do, you're having a good night or whatever. You don't even have to go. You don't have to play crapsy all night.
Yeah.
To get action, all you got to do, you just got to put money at the deal, run some prop bets, sit down and watch the game.
Sit there and watch the game.
Man, that'd be cheaper than playing craps all night. I mean, maybe you might win more at craps, maybe, but this is.
Craps is a fickle game, man.
I feel like this. Well, yeah, I feel like the sports gambling is a lot more knowledge.
Yeah.
Now it does get you right. Vegas is really.
Oh
good.
yeah, they're really good at the lines, but it does take.
It's a little more knowledge, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like a lot less luck involved, and a lot more like you got to kind of know what you're doing.
You got to know where it lines up with.
Whereas craps, like we all know, 7's coming eventually. It's just like, when is that going to come? And that's more luck than knowledge. I mean, you can roll dice 100 times, and it's going to be crazy on all that. But hey, that's another show. So we can talk craps, or blackjack or whatever.
We'll do like a full gambling show.
Yeah. Hey, why not,
guys? Please help me.
Help me. 1-888 bets.
I'm not doing good. I'm not doing too good. So Barkley's a stud.
Yeah, Barkley's
fantasy football's coming up, so that's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So your boy, it's my boy too, but your boy, the former Cowboy,
Terrell Owens,
T.O. NFL is not going to mention him at Hall of Fame. What do you think about that?
I think that, he made his decision. He's not going to go. They made their decision. If you're not going to be here, we're not going to mention your name. I'm okay with it. Now, I think he should go. It's a big honor. Not everybody makes the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But he's made the decision. He's going to have his own private ceremony. And, that's what he's going to do. But, I think the NFL has every right. You're not going to show up. We're not going to mention you. We're not going to show a video package. We're not going to say your name. We'll put your stuff in the Hall of Fame when we open the exhibits for the new guys. But we're not going to mention you on Hall of Fame weekend.
You cool with that?
I am. I'm totally cool with the NFL's decision. Because the TV networks are still going to say, well, T.O.'s not here, da-da-da-da. So he's still going to get the publicity.
Yeah, so, here's the deal. I'm trying to figure out exactly. He says the motivation for not going is because...
he's not a first-time ballot.
He's not a first-time ballot, right? And so, he says that's the reasoning. You think, is that really the reasoning?
He feels disrespected because he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, you can argue maybe he should have been, but he wasn't, and that decision's been made. So, why at this point say, well, I'm not going to show up then? If I didn't go in the first time, be a man, show up, get recognized.
I'll say Randy's going, right?
Yes, absolutely. Randy Moss.
What's funny about that? I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to someone else. The funny thing about the Randy Moss, T.O. came on, I think Undisputed or one of those shows, and said he didn't think Randy Moss should be a Hall of Famer or something like that. I think
really.
He says something where it's a little bit of a jab at Moss, and I'm like, dude, T.O. If you look at the quarterbacks that were thrown at T.O. versus the quarterbacks that threw to Moss through his career, Moss has had the GOAT throw to him for 1.5 seasons.
Yeah.
Right? He had the GOAT. He had
something
Tom Brady
like that. Tom Brady, yeah.
But dang, his other years, he had all these Raiders quarterbacks that were all trash. He had Culpepper up in Minnesota, who's, besides like a 3-year window, is pretty much trash, like a 2-year window.
Yeah.
Gus Frerotte up in Minnesota, whatever. And then T.O.'s...
He did have Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, so Cunningham and Moon, right? So Cunningham and Moon to start off. And then you go to
Culpepper,
and then you go to all these crazy Raiders quarterbacks, and he's still catching touchdowns. And then you go to Brady. Where you go to T.O., it's pretty much like a steady stream of pretty good quarterbacks, right? like McNabb, and then even the backup was like pretty decent.
I mean, yeah, Jeff Garcia in San Francisco.
Jeff Garcia.
Now he actually started. I think Steve Young was still playing when T.O. started.
I think you're right.
I think maybe like they had 1 year, maybe 2 years together, and then Garcia.
No, I think you're right.
Was kind of that next guy.
Yeah, I think you're right. They brought Garcia in, and Garcia actually ran the system really, really well.
Yeah, he did. So, I mean, T.O. and then obviously Romo,
McNabb, whatever. Like, yeah, and I think I've always thought Romo's great, and now you've warmed up to it. I mean, T.O.'s had a lot of good quarterbacks, right? Mm-hmm. And so for him to say anything about Moss, I can't remember exactly what the quote is. I'm going to have to look that up just to double check that, but I think I'm with you on this. I think T.O. should go. There's only there's a very few individuals that get this honor, and you work your whole career, your whole life, and you work out, you work hard, and it feels like you're throwing it away. But he loves the spotlight, and so with him having his own ceremony, I'm assuming he's going to throw it on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, or somebody's going to be broadcasting it, right?
Yeah, I mean he'll have something, but. Go to the enshrinement in Canton. Be there for the festivities.
I'm with you on that.
Don't pull more attention to yourself.
There's the thing
and
is
pull attention away from those guys.
There's got to be guys that got in that were not first ballot that should have been, and they still went, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't know off the top of my head.
No, I think he's the first guy though to shun the whole deal.
And he wants to act like he's sometimes he wants. I do like T.O., and I think I thought he was a great player.
And he thinks too that the process is flawed on how you get voted into the Hall of Fame.
It's writers.
Writers vote it. He thinks that it's a flawed process, and that's what he's saying. I don't stand up for the process, so that's why I'm doing this. But I mean. I just think suck it up and go, man.
Yeah, definitely suck it up and go. But I'm glad I don't agree with the writer process either, because I know some of those writers can be
biased,
and some of those writers they suck.
Yeah.
So, did he say what he'd rather have?
Not that I've heard. I just heard on Colin the other day.
I'd like to see at one point, man, have the Hall of Famers vote on it, or have players vote on it.
Yeah, I mean, either way, there's going to be politics involved.
Players and coaches.
Yeah, either way, there's going to be politics involved. But
anytime you have anybody voting on anything, there's always politics, right?
Yeah.
Even I mean, different
personal preferences, whatever.
I'm talking college now, but even the selection committee for the playoffs for college football, same thing, politics, right? Big arguments about who should get in. When you go back and you look now and you think, man. Maybe you should have had UCF in there. They were undefeated.
Yeah.
And they beat Auburn.
Won their bowl game.
Right? So it was politics, and strength of schedule plays a huge part of that. But still, you're a big undefeated guy. So
I am. If you win all your games, give you a shot.
You wanted UCF in. Right?
I thought UCF deserved a shot, yeah.
And they pretty much proved they did, right?
Yeah.
I think they beat Auburn by more than one score.
I think they did. But yeah, so
either way.
Anyway, T.O. go to the Hall of Fame.
Hold on, he was supposed to come on our show. You're bad mouthing. I don't think he's coming on now.
Oh yeah, true. Maybe. Hey,
T.O., you're doing the right thing, man.
Hey, we'll give you a microphone, T.O. If you want to come on the show and defend your stance, we'll still have you on.
T.O., we'll cover your high school. Whatever thing you're doing for your speech. We'll come and cover it.
Yeah,
on Facebook Live.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Midwest Mike's comes to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and covers your induction ceremony instead of the Hall of Fame. So, but yeah, I was going to talk about the Royals, but I mean they're just they're bad. I mean the All-Star game is getting ready to happen. Those selections have been made. I just can't get into it because the Royals are. I mean, they've won one game in July, maybe two.
You know what? I am into it, and I'm a big seller, rebuilder kind of guy. The one thing I talked about last time. The one thing, or two shows ago, the one thing I had a problem with was our management believing we were going to win 75 games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. When everybody I know had us at 60 or less.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at. I'm fine. decide if you're rebuilding or contending. If you thought we were going to win 75, then you either were shooting. I mean, you're shooting in the middle.